This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom?
Yeah.
I'm bummed out.
Why are you bummed out?
The weather.
I mean, I wasn't really asking. You're supposed to say I'm good, I'm fine.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Tim, I'm bummed out.
Oh, jeez.
No,
what
I'm
happened?
just kidding. I'm fine. I've got a couple of minor problems, but nothing.
Are you pissed about the weather? I'm pissed about the
What
weather.
are you pissed about the weather for?
It's mid to late October.
Were you thinking about lying there?
No, I was trying to remember the date. We're doing this on the 19th.
Right.
It's freaking like 80 degrees out.
Yeah. And it's kind of gross. It's just humid.
Yeah, it's just like, this is the window. We have like 2 weeks where we could have nice weather. I've been walking around. Everybody's been like in tank tops, like shooting finger guns and like shooting each other with super soakers and like loving life. And I've just been like, you fools. It could be crisp and nice
that's why
right
I don't
now.
like the fall.
What? You don't like the fall?
No, I don't like the fall.
Because
you can't count on it.
Yeah, I know. It's
you
an
can
unreliable.
count on winter and summer. You can't count on fall and spring, Tim.
It's true. It's
Had my
like,
heart broken too many times.
Plus, you hate school.
I hate school. Yeah.
You're always saying, if I'm not mistaken, if you don't mind me saying, school sucks.
Yeah. Verbatim, that's what I say.
Yeah. It's written on your marble notebook that I'm looking at right
I'm
now.
scratching it into the table as we speak. I'm sorry to hear that, Tim.
Thank you.
That you're
I just realized we have a lot of people who probably
don't live in New York.
probably think of weather in terms of Celsius instead of Fahrenheit.
Yeah, jeez.
So I didn't need 80 degrees. I meant like
yeah, because that would be real hot.
11 degrees.
Maybe. Who knows?
You know what I hate about Fahrenheit, about Celsius?
That you can't just subtract a certain number of degrees.
And like it's a dumb. People
it's
are like
imprecise.
People are like, oh man, it was so cold yesterday. It was like 8 degrees. And then you're like, oh, cool. And they're like, yeah, but now it's so hot that I'm sweating. It must be up at like 9 degrees. Yeah.
It's 10 degrees. Everybody's liquefying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too imprecise.
Get a better system, guys.
Yeah, you don't have
and
to
they're
use...
like, oh, 0 is freezing and 100 is boiling. And it's just like...
Yeah, but how often are you freezing or boiling?
Exactly. Literally, probably never.
Well, and that can't be true because boiling changes with the altitude, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so 100 is probably boiling at
sea level.
Sea level.
How often are you at sea level?
Hardly ever nowadays.
I'm usually underwater.
Wow. That's
pretty cool, right?
That is pretty cool.
Hey.
You know, Tim, not to get off your topic here of how upset you are at the weather for not being perfect.
I like talking about the weather for 5 minutes at the top of every episode.
You might notice, Tim, I'm drinking a can of coffee, a coffee-type drink.
A coffee can. A classic coffee can
An
design.
energy coffee beverage. No, not a coffee can, Tim.
Can we say, Tom?
Yeah, you can say it.
It's a Starbucks mocha
thing, yeah. But it's like a Red Bull type thing.
Yeah.
An energy drink.
Why are you doing it? Tom, was this fishing for wow, Tom, that's interesting.
No.
Why in the world would you be drinking this?
No, it had nothing to do with this drink that I wanted to talk about. It's 2016. How come there are still cans of drinks out there that don't say whether you need to shake them or not?
That's true. I bet it says it somewhere.
It doesn't.
On there.
I looked everywhere, Tim. I read every word on this thing. It took me hours. There's nothing about whether to shake it or not.
I would imagine
like
you're going to want to shake that because
right.
If it's carbonated, you're not going to want to drink it anyway. So you might as well get it all over out on the sidewalk or whatever.
No, I feel like they're skirting the issue here. They know because you probably saw when I popped it open, it bubbled out a little bit.
Well, that's just because your hands are naturally shaky.
They don't want that on their brand. They don't want the idea that when you pop it, it bubbles, and then they can be like, well, we didn't say you had to shake it. But they know you have to shake it.
Wait, who are you complaining to? Like you're calling the number?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Huh.
Should we get them on the phone?
Should probably get them on the phone.
Is the CEO of Starbucks some bald asshole?
No, you're thinking of Amazon.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of...
It has nothing to do with Starbucks, Tim. It's drinks of every variety do this.
All right.
They skirt the issue. Okay. I'm sick of it.
Well, I'm glad. Well, now you have a forum.
Yeah, I'm using this platform
where
the way I should.
Billions of people will hear this.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
maybe
very
it will
influential.
affect some change.
Yes.
Consider this an open letter. Tim, I was reading on the way over here.
Grievances this week. We should limit these. One grievance each at the top of the show.
This isn't necessarily a grievance. This is, I think, something interesting. I forget if I talked about this on the show. I think I maybe did. Where, you know, everybody's making self-driving cars right now. Mm-hmm. But there was a big, what do you call that? Like an ethical debate about what happens when a car has to decide.
There's nothing more boring to me than people being like, well, here's a thought experiment. What about this situation?
It's not just a thought experiment, Tim. You're going to have to think about it because these things are going to be driving you around.
The car's going to have to think about it.
So you just want to offload all the thinking to the car?
Yeah.
What's the use of getting these self-driving cars if I still got to think?
Well, I don't know. Like, what am I going to do in it?
But don't you want to know before you get into one of these things or before they're out driving around?
I don't know how I'm going to react in that situation. It's adrenaline. It should be randomized.
Or run on adrenaline. They should just put like a little canister of human adrenaline in every car.
Yeah.
Just spurt it all over the circuit, see what
happens.
happens.
Into the CPU whenever it needs to make a decision.
No, the basic thing is, well, what if like a little kid runs in front of the car and the only way to avoid the car is, like driving off a cliff or something or driving into a tree.
A kid shouldn't be that close to a cliff.
Yeah, but it's him in the real world.
Yeah, I know.
Kids buy cliffs a lot. Yeah. So they were trying. So this was a big ethical thing. How should these cars be programmed?
Right.
Well, guess what? Mercedes has figured it out.
Okay.
Screw the kid. You buy a Mercedes, they'll take care of you.
Oh, I heard this. Yeah.
So I think we
need to take back the street is what we need to do, Tom.
Who? Us and little kids?
Pedestrians and little kids.
Well, I don't think it's like it'll mow them down, but Mercedes...
I took it to mean that it would be like a kid-seeking missile. Like every Mercedes.
I mean, you can probably pay
run
for
down
that.
Every child.
No, but it's interesting, I think, and it made sense. Like, oh, yeah, of course, Mercedes, they'd be like, oh, assholes buy our cars anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be the ones to take the blame.
I don't know. I feel like BMWs, definitely.
Yeah, but now that Mercedes is saying, oh, yeah, we'll run over kids, that every other car company is going to just be like, okay, well, yeah, they do it. We have to do it too, or else people aren't going to buy our cars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants a kid-killing car.
But everybody...
It's going to be the newest fad.
Well, you don't want to go to the car, to the showroom, and they're like, oh, yeah, this one will drive you off a cliff if a little dirt bag comes running out in front of you. A little scamp playing a joke watching your car. Because otherwise, that's what the kids are going to do, Tim. They're going to set up all these little traps, and they're going to think it's hilarious just to watch these self-driving cars crash into trees.
I took this. There's this website set up, and it's like they gave you like 15 scenarios.
Okay.
And there were little pictures of like grown-ups. And like in pants. A grown-up in a dress.
It sounds like it's going to take a long time to explain.
No. A child or a baby and dog.
Okay.
Right? So there were different configurations of these people in a car.
Okay.
And then pedestrians. And the pedestrians could be walking against or with the light. Like... and it's like, the brakes go out.
Yeah.
Who do you save? What should the car do?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I did all these things. And it's like, this will kill the least amount of people. And like these pedestrians were following the law, so they should be spared. And it's blah, blah, blah.
And a dog shouldn't be driving in the first place. I don't even know how that happened.
Exactly. A dog driving a car, though, I don't know. I want that to...
Automatically has the right of way.
Yeah, exactly. It's adorable. So I get to the end of the test, and they're like, okay, here's what this revealed about you. You're a racist.
Wow.
Apparently. Also, you had to click on all the people and see what race they were.
Okay.
And so, like, I was going by this completely blind thing.
Well, not completely blind.
No.
You said there were drawings.
Right. But I was just going by gender, age, and species.
Right.
And then it was like, hey, cool, good job, racist.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't know you had to, like, apparently, the people I chose. But I got really offended, so I was like, how dare you,
computer,
and that's why
so
I'm
you've got it out for computers to begin with.
Yeah.
These computers are calling you racist, and then they're going to be driving around.
Stealing my social security number.
If you go chasing a ball into the street, they'll have no problem mowing you over. You're often chasing balls into the street too, which is very dangerous.
Look, man, I'm just an avid sportsman, but I have buttery fingers.
All right, Tim. We're not talking about computers and cars today. We're talking about something a lot more.
We were just talking about it.
Not anymore.
Okay.
We're talking about something a lot more primal, a lot more frightening.
Appropriate for this Halloween season.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I mean, I did think about that. That's what we do.
It's part of our 2-week-long Halloween spooktacular.
Yeah. This is a popular type of episode that we haven't done in a while, I feel like. The complete guide to everything myths and legends.
Werewolves.
Yeah.
Tom?
Yeah?
Usually these myths and legends episodes, I start off with like an explanation in like a spooky voice.
Right. But you don't even know what a werewolf is.
I know what a werewolf is, and guess what?
Right.
It's the most boring of all like the mythical creatures.
Oh, you wouldn't say that if one was behind you.
Guess what?
Yeah.
One will never. They're scary for one night every like. How often is a moon cycle?
Oh, who knows?
Yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah,
like one night every like 6 months.
Tim, I want to make sure that you're not confusing werewolves with wolfmen.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Like a wolfman is like a wolfman. It's like a
okay.
And a werewolf is a werewolf. No, a werewolf is a man or a woman that turns into like a real wolf.
Yeah, one time for like a couple hours.
For a whole night, Tim.
So what? So stay away from somebody for the night. Do you know
well,
that somebody's
easy
a
enough
werewolf?
For you to say.
Yeah, it is. You lock your doors, like the Purge. Look, those fellas in the Purge, they knew what to do.
Well, so what? You're going to start locking your doors every time there's a full moon, just in case, as a precaution?
I mean, I lock my doors anyway, to be honest.
I mean, I'd chain myself up in the basement every full moon, just in case.
I'd chain myself up in the basement every night.
Wow, that's very precautious. For a plethora of reasons. Yeah. Depending on the night of the week, there's a different reason why I have to do it.
There's a different, disturbing, sick reason.
So I did some werewolf research, Tim.
You were trying to think of a word that you could
werewolf search.
Yeah.
Where search? Some where search.
It's weak.
Anyway, I didn't know this, that like back in Switzerland during like medieval times, but like a little bit later, like 15th century, 16th century, 17th century, they were actually like really afraid of werewolves.
Yeah, they were dumb. They thought a lot of things.
They had werewolf trials, just like witch trials.
I mean, it seems like an easy thing to prove, though.
Yeah, see if somebody turns into a wolf or not. But if they turn into a wolf, then it might be too late.
Look,
they didn't have the technology back then to chain up wolves.
They didn't have chains.
No. Well, if they did, they were certainly a lot more expensive than they are nowadays.
This is in Switzerland, you're saying?
Yeah, in Switzerland. That's where they were real afraid of them.
Wow. Bunch of scaredy cats over there.
But because with not wolves.
Are you that afraid of a regular wolf?
Yeah, I'm pretty afraid of a regular wolf.
I'm not.
Tim, you are afraid of wolves.
Here you are, Tom the Coward, showing his true colors here. Afraid of bears, afraid of wolves.
Tim, Do I have to remind you of the time you thought there was a wolf in the woods for like a half hour and you were too afraid to even tell anyone because you thought then the wolf would know or something?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I wasn't there, but wasn't there a time where you were camping and you thought there was a wolf behind somebody?
I don't think so. This sounds like a fabricated, the antics of a madman.
You're afraid of wolves, Tim. Trust me. You've never probably even seen a wolf.
I've seen a wolf.
Where have you seen a wolf?
Most dogs are wolves.
Most dogs are not wolves. That's a common misconception of yours.
They're close enough.
They're not close enough. They're domesticated. A dog, when it's in trouble, will look to a human for help. A wolf won't. A wolf will just bite your neck out.
Or just it'll stay away from me because wolves got their own things going on. This is why I respect wolves. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd fear them if they were confused and shitty.
Yeah. How would you know if they're shitty?
No, they're not. They're like, hey, guess what? I got some wolf business to attend to.
Yeah, just stay out of my way.
Stay out of my way. I'll stay out of your way. Mm-hmm. We're fine. There's a reason I've never seen a wolf, Tom.
Because you stay out of their way.
Yeah, because we both respect each other's boundaries.
And there's a reason why a wolf's never seen you.
Why?
It wants to stay out of your way.
Yeah.
It's like that guy's busy. He's got stuff to do.
Look,
leave him alone. He kind of looks like a wolf man.
Yeah, he's like, it's kind of...
Yeah, they're like, oh, is that Jerry? Oh, no, I thought that was one of the wolves, Jerry, that we all know. But no, it's just a man that looks like a wolf.
I look more like a wolf man than a werewolf.
Yes, right. Definitely.
A werewolf is just a wolf.
A werewolf's just a wolf. Well, I'll get into it, Tim. Sometimes it's not, except when it's not.
So all wolves are werewolves, but all werewolves are not necessarily wolves.
Yes.
No,
Wait,
that's the least true.
The opposite of that.
Right.
And you to say nothing of wolf men.
Are we going to cover the wolf man here? Are there wolf men or is there just one wolf man?
I think there's just one wolf man.
Like there's one
Wolfman,
Dracula,
Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Mummy.
But guess what?
What?
Dr. Frankenstein made all these other monsters. He made a bride for him, right?
Right. That's the bride of Frankenstein. He made a bride for himself.
And then there's only one Dracula, but there's all these
other vampires. Yeah.
There's the wolf man, but maybe there's other wolf men.
And wolf ladies.
Yeah. Bride of wolf man.
I think they probably just call her wolf woman or wolf lady, not bride of wolf man.
Well, what if they got married?
then she'd be Mrs. Wolfman.
She'd be Mrs. Wolfman. Mr. and Mrs. Wolfman are celebrating 15 years together.
Mom, is it okay if I eat at Mrs. Wolfman's house tonight? She's making dog food. Oh, they hate that kind of joke.
I know.
Anyway, there was this paper in 1963. This guy, I assume it's true because it was on the internet.
What year is this?
1963.
Okay.
The Summer of Love.
Not even close to.
Dr. Lee Illis, but he works at Guy's Hospital in London.
Guy's Hospital?
Yeah, I guess it's like a men's hospital.
Okay.
But he wrote this whole thing about that he thinks historical accounts of werewolves were victims of congenital porphyria.
Wow, that's very interesting, Tom.
Because if you have this, you have photosensitivity, which werewolves don't like light. They don't like the daytime.
Well, that's why they come out.
That's why they come out at night.
Right. Well, one particular night.
Yeah. When it's bright enough to see still. Reddish teeth and psychosis.
Wait, there's a disorder where
when you get red teeth.
That's
because then you look like you got blood teeth all the time.
Yeah, if I saw someone with blood teeth, I'd shoot him in the heart with a silver bullet.
See, the silver bullet thing, I was trying to find some stuff, Tim. I think that might be...
what, are you nuts? I did a lot of research about that, Tom.
I think that's exclusive to the Wolfman.
Nope, silver bullet through the heart, or you had to somehow get silver into their heart.
So, like, you can make, like, a silver knife or something.
Yeah.
But it has to be in the heart. You can't just be like, here, eat this candy, and then you put silver inside of it. Like how you trick a dog into taking medicine where you just, like, wrap cheese in it. You can't just, like, take a old silver necklace, wrap some cheese in it, and fool the wolf man into eating
exactly.
it.
Who knows if they even like cheese, Tom?
Oh, of course a wolf man likes cheese.
We're talking about werewolves.
Werewolves like cheese,
Jesus
too.
Christ, Tom. Keep up.
Do they have any other weaknesses besides silver?
Yeah. They also say mercury.
Is that like, just because it looks like silver?
Yeah. But this goes back to the freaking the Swiss, man.
Yeah.
They don't know anything. They were like, oh, mercury's probably silver, right?
Yeah, you can't make a mercury bullet. It would just
yeah, but if
gun.
you can, here's what you do: you smash a thermometer, and then plunge it into his heart.
I was gonna say you fill up a super soaker with mercury,
but it has to get inside the heart. And also, yeah, I guess you could one of those light bulbs. They have mercury in them too.
Like an old light bulb?
No, like one of these new light bulbs.
Oh yeah. Well, they probably haven't even updated the whatever werewolf site that you found this on to realize, like, hey guys, new weapons all around you. They also think that it was rabies a lot of times.
You know what?
But rabies is... What?
I'm more afraid of getting rabies than I am of anything. Tom, what are you more afraid of? Wolf.
Right.
A run-of-the-mill wolf.
Okay.
Because I'm playing dumb here. I know why werewolves are a little scarier than wolves. Even though they're like, around 1/100th of the time. Are you more afraid of a run-of-the-mill wolf?
Yes.
Or a raccoon? I saw the biggest raccoon outside my building the other day.
Well, I was going to say, we have raccoons in New York. We rarely have wolves.
Yeah, I walked around a bunch of parked cars to avoid this raccoon.
What was it up to?
It was identity theft, I think.
Identity theft,
well,
wow.
It was all in the garbage.
Well, yeah.
He was
wearing that mask.
Through, yeah. Real scoundrel. So I'm more afraid of raccoons because I don't want to get rabies. Because you know what?
If that raccoon's out at night, though, it probably doesn't have rabies.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah,
the fact that it didn't run from me as soon as it saw me.
Well, it probably thought you were a werewolf.
It's true.
Probably thought you were rabid.
Getting rabies, or we were in Yosemite last week, right? And there were all these signs about you can get the plague here.
Yeah, from chipmunks, cute little chipmunks.
Yeah, if you get rabies or the plague, you get no sympathy. Everybody's laughing at you behind your back. Plus, you're really sick.
Yeah, it's just going to be a punchline. Like, nobody's seen Tim lately. What happened? You didn't hear? Tim got the plague. Yeah, it's crazy. He's been in the hospital.
Yeah, not only do you almost die.
Yeah.
Everybody's laughing at you.
That's the worst part.
They're drinking their beers down at the bar.
Their Arizona iced teas.
Yeah, it's true.
Hanging outside the smoke shop.
It's true.
Okay, so you're afraid of rabies. That's good to know.
Thank you. Go on.
Do you know how to spot a werewolf, Tim?
By its wolf-like demeanor.
No, of course you know then. I'm saying, well, there are ways to spot a werewolf from a regular wolf.
Ooh. A werewolf has more muscles. You don't think so?
I think so, but, it's not an official thing.
Well, here's what I read on an official source, Tom.
That werewolves have more muscles?
Werewolves are notorious for being able to take a ridiculous amount of abuse. Their muscles are much stronger than ours, and their blood clots faster.
That seems awfully specific.
I mean, this must be somebody... I would assume this guy himself is a werewolf.
Yeah. It's
suspicious.
And they also like chocolate chip ice cream. The best, if you're buying them ice cream.
Right.
Very suspicious.
And they're also, which I don't think... regular wolves, they're really good at climbing trees.
Yeah, because they have more human-like hands, I think.
I guess because they're
paws.
partly human.
Yeah.
Do they
regular wolves don't even know you can go up trees, but people know.
Do they maintain all the smarts of if I turned into a werewolf, Tom? Would it be one of the smartest wolves you've ever seen?
One of the smartest wolves around?
Yeah. One of history's greatest wolf minds.
Well, there's debate, Tim, because some people say when you transform, when you come back and you're a regular person, you're like, ooh, what happened? How come my clothes are all in tatters?
Well, put it together, asshole.
Put it together, idiot. You turn into a wolf during the night.
Full moon.
But then some people think that it's like, oh, like the spirit leaves and like a different soul comes in. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just werewolf amnesia. It's just a simple case of werewolf amnesia. So I don't think you get to keep all the human smarts. I think you get to keep like a little bit of them, but I don't think you have like your memories
like the
and stuff.
instinctual stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, don't eat, like, if you see berries, like, just don't eat any random berries.
Well, wolves know that too.
I don't know. I don't know
Or
that
they
all
know,
of the wolves know
wolves
that.
know which berries they
Especially
can eat.
if you're a werewolf stalking around in the city. Wolves don't know what's going on in the city.
True. Yeah.
Like, do you know, like...
What berries you can eat in the city?
Yeah, or, like, when you're allowed to cross the street.
I don't think wolves care about that. They can bound out of the way.
Werewolves.
But tell you
get
what,
hit
these
by
werewolves,
cars.
they're going to be caught off guard by these self-driving cars. They're not going to know.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're used to humans stopping.
Yeah.
They don't know. Computers
Now
still ride.
Mercedes and BMW is
Yeah.
going to run them down.
If they start advertising that, we won't stop for werewolves. So please choose BMW instead of Mercedes.
I would choose them.
Choose what?
Anything that would run down a werewolf.
Yeah. Well,
If you kill a werewolf when it's a werewolf,
it turns back into a human.
it's bullshit. So we can never do any real good tests on them.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why you got to catch them alive.
Yeah, but that's why. Yeah, people. It's a common case. A lot of people serving time right now swear that they killed a werewolf, but then it turns back into a person.
Yeah.
Proof's gone. So this is how you can tell a werewolf is a werewolf when it's not a wolf.
Okay.
Their eyebrows, they've got one eyebrow.
You're telling me no wolf has a unibrow?
I'm saying humans that are werewolves have unibrows.
Oh, in their human
When they're
form.
humans, yes, yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay.
They have curved fingernails,
That's everybody.
low set ears, and a swinging stride. So if you see somebody walking like a little too loosey-goosey...
Yeah, I'm suspicious of anybody.
Well, I don't know how you get low set ears. Well, I don't know how you turn into a werewolf in the first place, but I feel like that's not part of the bargain. That's like, oh, even when you're a human, guess what? Your ears are going to be, your ears are going to change where they are. That stinks.
Yeah.
What if you had like a big hat collection? You'd invested a lot of money in some nice tailored hats. And you get bit by a werewolf, all of a sudden these hats, they're not going to fit the same way.
See, I was told that that's not how you turn into a werewolf.
What?
Getting bit by a werewolf.
Getting bit by a werewolf, scratched by a werewolf, or somebody puts a curse on you.
Yeah, or being conceived under a new moon.
Oh, come on.
Or by having eaten certain herbs. Or by sleeping under the full moon on a Friday.
Uh-huh.
Which is like sleeping under the full moon. Like,
Yeah.
the moon is always above it. Like, we all have to sleep
Well,
when
they
there's
didn't know that, Tim.
Or by drinking water that has been touched by a wolf.
Just a regular wolf?
I guess.
Oh, that stinks.
That's terrifying.
I saw something where they were saying, I'm trying to find it here. Oh, yeah. So one of the simplest ways to become a werewolf, apparently, if you're looking for the simple way into this
I don't want
lifestyle.
anybody. I don't think you should be giving out this information because there's probably some sickos out there.
Yeah,
Tom.
they're like, hey, this sounds good. I don't have much going on. Might
Sounds
as well try
great.
this werewolf
You're
thing
playing
out.
right into ISIS's hands.
So the simplest way is the removal of clothes and putting on a belt made of wolf skin. And then that's it.
That turns you into a werewolf, or do you get to
according-
is that like a quick and dirty werewolf costume?
That's kind of what it seems like, right?
Yeah.
I think they're just. I think that's just playing on idiots. That if you're dumb enough to think that's going to turn you into a werewolf, you're probably just going to run around naked with a wolf belt on, screaming and biting people, which is
Max in the Wild Things, where the Wild Things are.
I would be more afraid of a nude man wearing a wolf belt than a werewolf. Other cases, the body is rubbed with a magic salve. I mean, that you could say that about a million different things.
Yeah.
And drinking this is kind of like what you were saying, drinking rainwater out of the footprint of the animal in question. And now this is a way to become were-anythings.
Drink. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Are there like were-birds?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, maybe not birds, but like werebears. Would you rather become a werewolf or a werebear?
A Care Bear.
That's not one of the options. Any
A were-bald eagle.
No birds.
Because I'd like to soar majestically through the mountains. You can't turn
into a bird doing this.
Why not?
Huh? Because it's
birds have footprints.
Birds don't really have footprints.
They walk around sometimes. Go to the beach, asshole.
That's seagulls. So you want to be a were-seagull? That'd be terrible.
You know, one night a month, get to fly around the sea. Yeah, I'm in.
And you got to go eat garbage and have people throw rocks at you?
I'll eat during the day.
I had a big lunch.
All right, Tom.
Yes.
You didn't let me finish before.
With what?
You walked all over me like I'm Ross Perot over here.
That's a timely reference.
You could kill them in other ways.
Okay. Well, I'd asked you that, and you went on a big tirade about killing them with a thermostat or something.
Yeah, the thermometer.
Yeah.
That's patent. That's
a patented technique?
Yeah, I came up with that. Okay. That and the CFL bulbs.
Right.
If you...
They got mercury in those new bulbs?
Yeah,
Is that dangerous?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Like... They took all the look. I'm not one of these guys that's like, oh, Obama doesn't want you to have light bulbs anymore.
Right.
But guess what?
You do think global warming is a hoax.
I mean,
perpetrated by the Chinese.
Well, a lot of people are saying.
A lot of people are saying. A lot of smart people.
Yeah, no, they have mercury in them, and so like when you buy this light bulb, like you know how you used to. I don't know. I never knew how to throw out a light bulb. I'd always just like anywhere I ever lived. Mm-hmm. If I was changing a light bulb, I'd just leave the old one on the counter. Let somebody else deal with it.
Tim, I've lived with you a bunch of times. That explains all the light bulbs on the counter.
Yeah, nobody ever really deals with it.
Yeah.
Granted, I never leave a note like this, please dispose of this light bulb.
Tim. Maybe the reason why they're having us switch all these light bulbs is because they know something we don't.
About the
werewolves coming. They're like, how do we get mercury into every home? But I mean, it's perfect because how do we get mercury in every home? But like, we can't just have it like laying on the coffee table. Right. We can't let kids play with it. I'll put it up on the ceiling. How do we get things up on the ceiling? Put in light bulbs.
It'll be like the end of Signs where all
where all the water.
Yeah, and the aliens come and they just hit like glasses of water into them with baseball bats.
Yeah.
We'll just smash out all the light bulbs with bats.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be dark, which is even scarier when werewolves are around. But you got to pick and choose your battles.
Another way to kill him, Tom.
No.
You can sever the head from the spinal cord.
Well, that works for anything.
Yeah. So, like if you don't have something made out of silver.
Right. You can just use a regular sword.
Yeah.
Which every home has.
Or you can stab it in the heart with other things.
Okay.
But what you have to do is you have to cut out the heart and destroy it.
All right.
And then preferably burn it. Otherwise, it's going to like regenerate or something. As I said before, they can take a ridiculous amount of abuse. And you could also do that with the brain.
So does it regrow a heart or it just like comes in, it's like, oh, God, it picks up its heart and just pushes it back in?
Presumably the
latter. Same thing with brains?
Yeah.
Yeah. You take the brains out of anything, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't need to burn those brains, it's fine.
Just burn the brains as a precaution.
Brains seem like they'd be a hard thing to burn. They don't seem like they'd catch. They're real wet.
Right.
Yeah. You need to build a fire.
That's true.
So every house, you make sure you got these mercury bulbs and always have a fire going, just in case you need to dispose of wolf brains real quick.
You know what they should be putting in all these light bulbs instead of mercury?
What?
Wolf's bane. You know about this?
No.
It's a highly poisonous plant known to repel werewolves.
Okay.
And it said if it touches their skin, they will die within seconds. why are we messing around with all these silver and mercury?
But what does it do to people?
I don't know. Probably nothing.
Didn't you say it's super dangerous?
Oh no, it's
only to werewolves.
It's poisonous, but like
right, but don't eat it.
I touch a lot of poisonous stuff all day.
Well,
actually,
you shouldn't.
If you ever get bit or scratched by a werewolf, what you're going to want to do is inject wolf's bane into your bloodstream before you're fully overcome by the infection.
And then you'll be fine.
That will prevent. It will cure lycanthropy.
So keep some wolf's bane in a hypodermic needle on hand.
Yeah, I don't know why we all don't like... I know some people carry around an EpiPen. Mm-hmm. That probably doesn't have any wolf's bane in it.
Yeah.
But if they could sell like an EpiPen-like wolf's bane injector to every man, woman, and child in the United States, we'd have this thing licked within one generation.
I bet you could sell that to like steampunks or something.
An EpiPen full of wolf's bane.
Yeah. To people that are like really into this, be like, well, if you're really serious. But then people who are really into it, they probably kind of want to be werewolves, huh?
Yeah, and then they'll be like, well, I'll buy a wolf's belt from you, though.
Yeah, you got any wolfskin belts, though? There's also this Swedish writer, Tim, said that you can become a werewolf.
Swedish writer named Tim?
Swedish writer named Tim. Just one name, like Madonna. Said you can become a werewolf by draining a cup of specially prepared beer and repeating a secret formula.
This is BS, man. Wait, like dumping out a beer?
No, I think drinking it.
Oh.
I think that's what they meant by draining it into you.
Draining it like a frat. Like, go drain that.
Drain that. Become a werewolf, bro. And for a long time, they thought that... you could become a werewolf if you were excommunicated by the Roman Catholic Church.
Oh, well, of course.
But again, I feel like that, I don't know, that'd be interesting. Because like back then when it was like a big deal to be excommunicated, you were probably like, oh man, this stinks. Like now nobody's going to hang out with me. I've been excommunicated. And they're like, oh, that's not all. You're going to turn into a werewolf. You're probably like, well, you know what? I mean, I needed something to fill my day now that I'm excommunicated.
Yeah.
So I might as well become a werewolf.
Especially if you're excommunicated and you didn't want to be. Like, if you're like, oh, I wanted to keep going to church like a lunatic. You'd be like, you know what? I'm going to FS up now.
Yeah. I'm
gonna go be a werewolf.
Yeah.
This is great. This is a great deal for me.
Oh, probably,
the sinner. I get to sin even more.
Especially, like, the whole community is probably going to shun you anyway.
Yeah.
So might as well be like, you can probably...
They'll be like, shame.
Yeah,
shame.
If I got excommunicated, I'd be so mad at everybody else. Becoming a werewolf would be the best thing that's ever happened to me. Because I'm like, great, now I can go and eat these people who are being real assholes to me.
And it's like, yeah, great. I don't have to go to church anymore.
You're really focusing on just not having to go to church anymore.
Sounds like a really good... Look... That'd be a. I'm sure back in the day that was a big life change. You know, not going to church all the time.
Well, you probably had to go to church even more often back then.
Yeah, so it's so much more fun to lean into like the heel role, right?
Yeah, yeah. You can just skulk around town going, and everybody's like, oh no,
rubbing your hands together.
You'd be able to get out of so many things too. Because, like, you could be, like, hanging out and people would be like, oh, we're all going to this dinner party. And it's like, you don't want to go to the dinner party. And you can just look up at the moon and go, oh, no, it's happening. And then just run off.
But guess what?
What?
Sometimes you won't be able to go to any of the potlucks.
Yeah.
At the church.
Yeah, can't we have the potluck on Tuesday? It's only a quarter moon.
Yeah.
Like, no, sorry. We already ordered the ice. You can't change.
They had to order ice far in advance back then.
Oh, yeah, because they had to get it from Alaska. They had to bring the ice down. Yeah, be a great way to get out of things. You think anybody's ever, like, back then, been like, oh, I want everybody to think I'm a werewolf, so on full moons, I'm going to just hang out in my house and read or whatever, but then I've got a wolf in my basement that I let out.
That's the move. But getting the wolf back is tough.
Yeah, you're probably just going to need to get like a bunch of wolves.
Yeah. If you, like, here's what you'd have to do.
Uh-huh.
You'd have to establish, like, a
rapport with a wolf?
Well, yeah, that, and, like, establish a wardrobe, almost like a uniform. Like, whenever anybody sees you walking down the street, you're wearing a red T-shirt and blue jeans.
So,
and they're like, there's Tom, this red shirt and blue jeans.
And then you got to get a matching outfit for the wolf.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when a full moon comes around, you sit at home and read or whatever. You take a nice long bath, light some candles. You do you.
Yeah.
And then
it's just it's a nice night for you to have some me time.
Wrestle the T-shirt onto the wolf.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to want to relax after spending all night trying to get this red T-shirt on a wolf.
Yeah, and the pants. The pants, I imagine, are going to be even more tough and will probably restrict its movement. I'm pretty sure he loses the pants pretty quickly, which is why you're going to want to also put your wallet in it.
You're going to want to put your wallet in so people find the pants and they're like, oh, no, it is him.
Right.
We found this wolf's pants. In the wallet, he has a regular ID, not a wolf's ID.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's the idea of a man, Tom Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this wolf with ill-fitting pants running through. Because that's what you need. You can't have like specially made, because then that will make people even more suspicious.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it looks like that wolf is wearing tailored clothes.
Then they would go look for the wolf's tailor.
No.
Well, this is pretty good if you have a beef against the tailor in your town.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know. I think that tailor's making clothes for the werewolf. There's no other way to explain it. He's got I don't know, that werewolf seems to have two sets of identical clothes for the form he's in.
I still don't know. I can't think of a good way to get the wolf back. I think you'll just have to... Like, I imagine the wolf will eventually, because everybody will be, like, hitting it with brooms and whatnot, right? Like, to get it out of there.
They'll probably just run away.
Yeah, run them out of town.
I mean, that wolf might just immediately run into the woods once you let it go.
That's true.
It might not be interested in terrifying the townsfolk.
Well, as long as you let it out around the town square so it could run through.
Yeah.
And loose the pants there.
I think I do.
Preferably at the fountain where everybody congregates.
Yeah, and then the next day you gotta come in just your underwear, be like, oh, anybody find my pants?
Yeah.
Then that really
sheepishly.
Then that really cements the connection to them.
And plus, everybody gets to see you in your underpants.
Yeah, a wolf was wearing these pants. Oh, that's weird. Oh, you must have found them. I teased before, Sam. I don't want to bury it here. That there is another way to tell werewolves from regular wolves, but this one doesn't make any sense. But it's according to Swedish accounts. A werewolf can be distinguished from a regular wolf by the fact that it would run on 3 legs, stretching the 4th one out backwards to look like a tail. Because werewolves apparently don't have tails.
But real wolves do.
Yes.
That's a big difference.
It's a pretty big difference, but I mean, a wolf could lose a tail.
Yeah, but how often can you see a tailless wolf?
But this is a ridiculous idea that a werewolf, it knows, and it's like, oh, people are going to be onto me, so I better run with 3 legs and then just constantly keep
That looks crazier than a wolf without a tail. That's more conspicuous.
That thing's going to be running all kinds of weird while it has to keep 1 leg parallel behind it. A wolf can't do that.
I don't know. A dog can... you see these 3-legged dogs.
Oh, yeah,
They're adorable and heroic.
But that's different than... Having 3 legs is different than constantly keeping 1 leg straight out behind you.
That's true.
I feel like that's not going to work.
Also, that's not how a tail works.
No.
Flops around a lot.
I know a difference between a tail and a wolf leg.
Yeah.
Come on. You think I was born yesterday?
One of them covers a butthole. The other one doesn't.
Well, not when it's running.
We'll see.
But yeah, I forgot that werewolves don't have tails.
I'm still unclear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, were deaths ever blamed on werewolves back then when they were stupid?
I think a lot of times...
Because I could be like, oh, this man has red teeth and a unibrow and, like, too much hair and whatever, schizophrenia or whatever you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I could be like, okay, well, that guy might be a werewolf. But, like, where's the proof that anything was done?
You could also, if you thought somebody was a werewolf, you could cut their skin and they would have fur underneath.
What?
Yeah.
You're burying all sorts of leads here, Tom.
And they would have bristles under their tongue.
So how did they have these trials without
Well, it
being
sounds like
cut his skin?
Yeah, they probably did all the time, and they were like, he's not a werewolf. Now he's bleeding out, though.
Yeah, but like you don't have to.
I think a lot of times,
like I'll cut myself right now to show you that.
No, please don't. Tim, I know you're a wolf man. I know you're not a werewolf. You're a wolf man.
Right.
What were you saying about? No, I think wolves killed people all the time. And instead of just being
Wolves have never hurt anybody.
Instead of just being like, I guess that wolf killed a person, they were real bored. So they were like, now we can't find the wolf, so it must be one of these people.
Right.
That's the kind of things werewolves would get blamed for. They just
the
find somebody.
Actions of some rogue wolves.
Yeah, they just find people ripped apart and be like, werewolf.
Where does the werewolf fall on your scale? Do you believe in werewolves, Tom?
No.
Because you believe in a lot of dumb shit.
I don't believe in a lot of dumb shit.
You are, like, convinced that Bigfoot's
I'm not convinced that Bigfoot's a real guy. I just think that there's some unexplained things. I actually don't think I think we would have found Bigfoot bones and stuff.
What about Yeti?
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I think we would have found bones and
what do you
like
think's scarier out of the three?
Probably a Yeti.
Rank
because if I'm running into a Yeti, I'm already somewhere pretty cold.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're never going to run into a Yeti because you're not going anywhere cold.
Right.
You, Tom Reynolds, city dweller.
Right, city boy.
What are you most afraid of?
Probably ghosts, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, because ghosts can be anywhere. Ghosts and aliens. Probably aliens more than ghosts. I think I'd be able to reason with a ghost.
You don't think you'd be able to reason with an alien?
No.
Language barrier, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm always thinking.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'll surrender. I'll do whatever it wants.
You're a real coward to the human race, Tim.
I mean, I would surrender myself.
Right.
I wouldn't be like, hey, and go, I don't know, eat the president or whatever.
It's this way of the White House if you want to eat the president.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be most afraid of aliens because of the language barrier. Yeah. So afraid of aliens, kind of afraid of ghosts.
Ghosts, look, ghosts never killed no one.
Yeah, they have, Tim.
Name one person who was killed by a ghost.
I'm going to show you some YouTube videos that you're going to need to see to believe.
There was like an obituary that was like, and John, cause of
Tim,
death.
Sometimes it's caught on video.
A ghost, what, stabs you?
No, scares them to death. Or possesses them and then makes them jump off a roof or something. There's a lot of ways a ghost can do you in, Tim. Read a book once in a while. Do you want to solve a problem?
Yeah, let's solve a problem. Hello and welcome to Tim and Tom Solve Your Problems, where I'm Tim.
And where I'm Tom.
It's the werewolf.
And I'm where Tom.
And we're going to solve a problem. If you have a problem you'd like us to solve, email us at thecompleteguide@gmail.com. Tom?
Uh-huh.
This one comes from a young lady.
Okay.
She doesn't want us to use her name. You come up with a name. Make it Halloween themed.
Wenda. No, wait, that's not a name, is it?
Wenda? Wendy? Like Wendy the Witch?
Yeah, Wendy the Witch. That's what I meant.
All right. Dear Tim and Tom, please don't use my name. Please don't use my real name. LOL.
Yeah.
She's got a good sense of humor. Like that.
I can tell right off the bat.
I need your help.
Right off the bat. That's another Halloween.
This is a real spooky episode.
It sure is.
I need your help. How do I become friendly with my boss?
All right.
He is the complete opposite of me. I'm a tiny 23-year-old Asian woman, And my boss is an old white man who's been with the company for as long as I've been alive.
Wow, that's a long time.
It's 23 years. 23 years he's been with the company.
What company is this? Levi Strauss?
I don't get it.
That's just a very old company.
The only company that I can think of that has been around for
name
23
another
plus
one.
years.
No, it's been around longer than that, Tim. It's been around for like 100 years.
My boss had a great rapport with my predecessor.
Mm-hmm. Who died of old age.
That guy was 32 and in my position for a little over 3 years. It's just my boss and me in the department, and I feel like he treats me as if I'm his daughter's friend, but I also tend to view him like I would a friend's dad.
Right.
So they're on the same page, it sounds like.
Right, yeah.
I may be overeager in building a comfortable camaraderie since I was only promoted about 6 months ago. Ooh, she was promoted. Congratulations.
Yeah, geez. It was just an excuse to write in.
Yeah. Congratulations, Wendy.
Yeah.
If that is your real name. But the awkwardness is overbearing. Do you have any advice on how to further the process? Thanks so much, guys. Wendy. P.S. I just became a Patreon subscriber, and it's definitely one of my best purchases of the year.
You and everybody else.
Well, don't be...
Thank you, Wendy. Sorry.
Asshole, Tom.
Sorry, that was Where Tom.
He's a real dick.
Yeah.
And the subject was, how do I stop my boss from treating me like his daughter's friend?
Right. But
Get him to start treating him like treating you like his daughter.
What does that mean?
Have him adopt you.
I don't think that's going to help the work relationship at all.
Have him start treating you like his wife.
Well, no, Tim. I think she just
marry him.
I think she just wants to be treated like a coworker, like with respect.
Yeah, but she's little and he's big.
We don't know how big he is. She said she's little, and that he's just
at
older.
Least more than twice her age.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
more
twice
than,
her age.
So goes to reason more than twice her size.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. It would be weird if she was like, I'm little and he's littler.
Oh, if he was just like a tiny old man.
Yeah.
Like the Six Flags man.
I don't think he's like super old. He's just, it sounds like he's like her dad's age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah. He's still got a lot of pep in him.
We don't know this.
Yeah. Well, my question to her would be, how does she want to treat him? Because if she's treating him like
a friend's dad.
Yeah. Then maybe she's the one setting the tone for the relationship.
Right.
Maybe this guy's writing into Dear Abby or something with the same problem.
Yeah. Some old idiot. Yeah. I don't know where old idiots get advice.
Maybe this guy's writing into the Dick Tracy radio show looking for help with the same problem.
Yeah. You know what? She says she treats him like her friend's dad.
Yeah.
How do you treat? I don't know how to treat a boss. I just don't talk to people. I polish an apple on my shirt, leave it on their desk every morning.
I don't think having a relationship where it's like your friend's dad, I don't think that's necessarily the worst thing.
Right?
Because like relationships with friends' parents are usually like pretty good.
Yeah, because like, they're never going to yell at you.
Yeah, you can like kind of get away with a little bit, but like, you still have respect for them.
Did you ever get yelled at by a friend's parents?
Yeah, and it's the most shocking thing that can ever happen to a little kid.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, this is
you
way outside your jurisdiction.
Yeah. But same thing here. She could probably get away with a ton of shit at work.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like she might never get promoted, but she just got promoted.
Yeah, you just got promoted.
God,
We're all so proud of you. Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, when is enough, Wendy?
Yeah, just start, trying to get away with as much shit as you can.
What about the work-life balance?
Yeah. I don't know what that has to do with it.
Well, I'm just saying it seems like Wendy's working an awful lot.
Right. Well,
she's already angling for another promotion.
No, she's angling for a good relationship with her boss, which is sad. Just make real friends your own age.
Well, I don't think she's looking to hang out with this guy, but yeah.
Well, then I don't understand what dynamic she's looking for.
Look, what do you want, Wendy?
Wendy.
God, you got the promotion.
Yeah. We're all so proud of you about your promotion.
We're all very proud, but, enough is enough.
Right. Do you want to solve another problem?
Sure, Tim, because, that one's leaving me with a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, I think she means well. Yeah. But look, just embrace what you got.
That's good advice, Tim. I'm going to get that crocheted on something.
You should. Sorry, I'm just trying to find another
problem.
So many to wade through.
Yeah, a lot of problems in this world.
Oh, here's one.
Mm-hmm.
Famine.
Well, I don't want this one. Dear Tim and Tom, a lot of people are hungry in this world.
Yeah.
How do we fix it?
Here's we go. Here's we go.
Yeah, we'll take on famine after not being able to solve that last one.
This guy named Roger, he sent one in a few weeks ago.
Okay.
That we solved, I guess.
So this guy's double dipping.
He's double dipping. He gave this really long update on his situation with the last problem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember talking about this at all. He must have written into a different show.
Well, maybe when he wrote in, Tim, it was a full moon.
On to my new problem, Roger says. My best friend, the Tom to my Tim. We're not best friends.
No, we're
everybody.
Co-workers at best.
Bunch of sickos. My best friend always, every single time, gives time estimates with the infuriating ish suffix. Every time. All the time. He never says, I'll be there by 12, but I'll be there by 12-ish. Once he even texted me, I'll be there in 15 minutes, and then sent one extra message just to add the 3 letters ISH, as if taunting me. I mean, why can't he just say more or less, or somewhere around X time, I might be late? There are a million other ways to express oneself, yet he insists on using this travesty of a suffix. Now, I'm fully aware that it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to get angry about this. I'm just being neurotic. Still, how can I get myself to just live with it, get him to stop? Much love, Roger.
So his problem isn't that his friend's always late.
Yeah, that'd be my problem.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? Be there at a time.
Yeah.
Be there around 12-ish.
Be there at 12. Be there early.
Yeah.
With bells on.
Guess what? On time is late. Early is on time.
Yeah. But I mean, not too early, because then you're... screw everybody up.
I don't know. You walk around the block a couple times.
Well, then that's not being early.
Get a seltzer.
But I'm saying if you show up 15 minutes early for something and somebody's not ready for you, then you're just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, what do you think? This guy's Rogers having this guy over his house? No, they're
sounds
going
like
to the bar.
I mean, the thing I was trying to figure out is how often are they coordinating times?
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah. Stop coordinating. Just live your life. Man, everybody's so hung up on the rat race this week.
Man, we gave bad advice this week.
So you don't even have more advice for Roger here.
I think just get lockdown times. No, not the fact that he says ish.
Yeah, that you want him to say around this time.
Yeah, no, just be get it precise, precision.
Give me a precise time, and I know that you're a flaky asshole who's probably going to be late.
Just call him an asshole all the time, see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, if he's saying this guy's like me to you, then that works. Call each other assholes, and it's fine.
Yeah.
And we're always on time.
Sometimes.
If
you like the show, you can find more information at tcgte.com.
If you have a problem and you'd like us to solve, you can email us, completeguideeverything@gmail.com.
If you have the Facebook,
yes,
facebook.com/completeguide.
Yes.
That's where you'll find us. Be our fan or something on that.
You can also follow us on Twitter at Complete Guide. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tom Reynolds.
You can follow me on those things at Your Pal Tim.
And if you want to support the show, you can do it the easy way. You can do your shopping at tcgt.com/Amazon.
Brings you to the same Amazon you know and love.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say.
We get a little kickback that's totally legal at no cost to you.
the fun way, like Wendy does, at tcgt.com/pledge, where you can support us on Patreon and get a bunch of fun bonus things like amazing facts. Is this week the
last episode, the series finale of Amazing Facts before we start the pilot season, where we're gonna do some other new shows.
Yeah.
That are exclusive there. That's tcgte.com/pledge.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Reddit thing.
Yeah.
Reddit.r/TCGTE. That's run by a cat.
I should mention that we got this topic from, let me see what the name was. I think it was Fake Visage. Fake Visage. It was on Reddit because there's like a thread of topic suggestions. So thank you, Fake Visage.
Thank you. You're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. Or the devils. There's a lot of devil stuff with werewolves, Tim.
Is that all the things we have to say?
I think those are all the things we have to say, Tim.
So, in conclusion, no...
don't go drinking out of footsteps.
Right, unless it's a bird.
All right.
It's got to be rainwater, not seawater.
Huh?
That you're drinking out of a...
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, that goes for any kind of water.
Yeah, well, I just didn't want
Don't
people
drink
to...
seawater.
Yeah. And werewolves just aren't that scary, and don't worry about them.
All right.
Aliens are far more frightening. Language barrier.
Keep an eye out on the skies.
And keep a lot of glasses of water everywhere, and start smashing them if you think an alien's in your home.
And get those new light bulbs and some more thermostats, thermometers.
Yeah.
Both.
Get them all. Can never have too many.
We'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.